Hey, hi, how are you? So here's the question. Has Skynet come true? I mean, at least for us safety professionals. Can AI take our place and make us obsolete? Are we living in the Matrix? You know what? The answer to those questions might be more of a surprise to you than you think. Let's dive in and have a talk about this. Now, some background. Last December, Michelle Rempel-Garner, the Conservative MP for Calgary-Nose Hill, gave a rather impassioned speech in the House of Commons about the possible threat that AI has to professional jobs. What she did is she logged in to ChatGPT and got the AI to write a speech. Now, I have to admit, it did a pretty good job. I was impressed. Now, she went on to talk about how the AI, which is essentially a bunch of computers tied together.
That's a pretty simplified take.
I know, simplistic explanation, but either way, it has the potential to replace lawyers, journalists, speechwriters, and other white-collar jobs, including, likely, safety professionals. So now, color me intrigued. I got to wondering, are us safety folks nearing extinction? Are we ready for the unemployment line? I was thinking, should I practice, would you care to supersize your order? But then again, apparently that's not going to work because a lot of that will be done by computers. So I decided I better get myself a ChatGPT account and see what this safety terminator can do. Now, the process was pretty simple. I signed up, gave him my email, got the obligatory verification email back, and then another two-hoop factor, my cell phone. Kind of scary, but anyway. And I'm finally there, almost. There's a few introductory screens that I have to go through. Note this part up here about it not being advice. Just note that for now. And I thought, you know what? I'm going to take this evil bot for a spin. And I decided what I was going to do is go easy on it first off. And I thought I'm going to give it something simple. I'm going to get it to write a safe work procedure for using a stepladder, because that's pretty simple. I mean, I did it when I was early on in my program, my safety program. And I got to say, have a look here. It did a pretty good job. Now, there's likely a few things I would have added, things like a post-use inspection, tagging out if there's damage, and of course, storing it again properly. So, not perfect, but a pretty good start.
Crank it up a notch.
So, yeah, you guessed right. I decided to up the game a little bit. I thought, let's get it to write a safe work procedure for entering a steel tank. Notice I didn't say confined space entry. Now, as you can see here, it did a pretty good job. But of course, it will need some editing. Now, don't worry about the OSHA thing. I didn't say Canada, the US, England, or anything else like that. I just said enter a steel tank. So, but there are some editing points, and in fact, do me a favor, leave a comment and tell me what you would add to it as well. So, I thought, okay, the next challenge. I thought I would give it the same thing, but get it to write it for British Columbia. As you can see here, virtually the same verbiage. And cute, but it was adding a little bit about ensuring that the laws and regulations are adhered to. Cutting a fine line. In BC, there is a requirement for confined space entry plans to be written by a professional engineer, a certified industrial hygienist, or a Canadian registered safety professional like me. Or at least they can be written and then approved by someone with those designation. Now, the ChatGPT AI slightly skirts this a little bit with that caveat of adhering to the legislation. But the problem here is the unsuspecting novice might be a little unaware because they might think that they're good to go, but not having that necessary approval or sign-off by a qualified person. So now, in short, here's my take. Skynet is a thing. The bot army, well, not necessarily taking over yet. The ChatGPT AI can give someone a very good start with some health and safety processes like writing safe work procedures, etc., but they still need to have someone with that acquired knowledge and skill to review them for accuracy. Remember that caveat I pointed out about it not being advice? The other thing is they still can't do the boots on the ground thing. They can't do workplace inspections. They certainly can't take those steps in working to foster a healthy safety culture, or for that matter, incident investigations. So for the meantime, we're still needed. until the AI gets a little bit more mature and, of course, grows feet. Now, if you want to know more about incident investigations and how to do them, have a look at this link up here where I talk about why we do incident investigations. And then until we see each other again, and I really hope we do, don't just think about safety, don't just talk about safety, but be an influencer, be a leader, and provoke safety. Okay? Take care. Bye for now.